It's all funny with all that kind of stuff because it's like, yeah, you don't like content being like dictated by like a political, like art's supposed to be art. You feel what you feel in your head, like the stories and the characters and stuff, and then you produce it. Mm-hmm. But when it's like, and I bet there's studios out there. I bet even the studios that make amazing content have content that is like, hey guys, I really want to make like a woke like.
Please let me manipulate and let me control the minds of everybody. I don't think that's happening.
No,
I think there's genuine voices of like, dude, I've actually like am gay or whatever. People got to like, someone's got to cut my film saying I am gay, and then just like put a bunch of random stuff. I
mean, the people on Twitter probably would do that to actual people, like actors and stuff, when they say something like that, and then it's suddenly just like,
I knew it.
Did I accidentally share that to my own page?
No, I don't think so.
I double shared it to the same page. I double shared. I was trying to share it as me.
Oh, classic. How do you switch back?
I have no idea because Facebook is
See all profiles.
I think I did. I think I've done it.
Oh, boom.
Yeah, but this isn't. Now I'm not on the page I wanted to be on. So what's it? But yeah, like, and that's what I appreciate about some of the content this year that was attacked for being woke, but actually wasn't. Like Prey.
Yeah,
like that movie.
What people said that was woke.
Yeah, woke.
Bro, what?
Yeah. No, that's not like a fake. Like that movie was attacked heavily online for being woke.
I'm guessing. Okay, critical drinker. Is that?
I'm not sure. He always disagree. I'm subscribed to him, and whenever I see his new video, it enrages me. And I know that he's trying to do that.
Yeah,
like he's running the algorithm. He's like he's trying to get people upset. Because upset people, what do? They leave comments. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's clever, but like, yeah, I don't know. There were people attacking it, and I was kind of like, oh, really? Hold on. Yeah, there we go. We were talking about critical drinker, so that's working.
There you go.
That's cool that you can now jump back to a live stream. Like we had to go down for a second, and then you can kind of like come right back up.
Well,
all right,
maybe just rewind. I'm just curious. Like,
what? Oh, the black was there just black screen, or like when the stream went down
to like us again?
I don't think there's any black screen.
Wait,
what was that there?
Oh, unmuted. Sorry, I don't know where we are.
Everybody I know is going to turn gay.
Oh yeah, it was a bit. It's a bit up to the.
That kind of stuff, political. That kind of stuff, because it's like, yeah, you don't. Like,
oh no, I think it was before. Maybe.
Alright, are we?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Okay,
so I think YouTube. Sorry, we were just saying what YouTube does when you restart a live stream. It's like kind of edited it so that there's no. That's wild.
Yeah, that is a crazy. How do they even do that?
It's probably like all the money that Google has. They've like invested it into like making their product better.
YouTube was bought by Google, and it was what 5.3 billion or something like that back in the day.
I don't know.
I think it was like something like that.
Yeah, jeez, it's worth.
Little
subscribe,
guys. Subscribe, because we've got a little thing saying to subscribe. You have to subscribe now.
I also have
There's
alerts.
No other choice.
I have alerts on, so if someone subscribed, it'd like pop up and make noise. So that'd be pretty cool.
And we'll shout you out, and we'll make sure to like really, even if you want to be, pretty private about it. Oh, I like these dudes. Subscribe. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Do it or die. So I don't know what's going.
Do it or die.
What were we talking about? Oh, content that's like
that's got woke things.
Let's start. All right, we're starting the show. We're talking about woke first. Another one this year, which I don't think you've seen yet. Miss Marvel. Have you seen that yet?
No, I did actually watch that.
Another thing that people criticize as being woke, but it's like it's not like. Well, even you kind of go to like, what's the definition of the word woke? What does that mean? I actually
okay.
Urban Dictionary. Let's go to Urban Dictionary.
Woke.
Oh, hold on. As an adjective, alert to injustice in society, especially race. Oh yeah, that's when you use the term woke, as in like we need to stay angry, we need to stay woke. And then
I
that
just like the first definition though, like past of wake.
don't read this definition aloud, but read the Urban Dictionary definition if you can.
Oh no.
I mean, it's kind of yeah. So I would put woke. I think just woke is now used by people who don't like something as like a word to say, I don't like the values that the thing is pushing for.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's become. It's like, what do you not like about the values of Miss Marvel? You don't like that it's like, hey, like a young girl who's like in a country that, you know, she's struggled with a lot of that because of how she looks, where she's from, and she's like a really anxious person. She becomes a hero and someone to look up to.
Grows in her skin. Yeah.
All of those values we don't like, apparently.
Yeah. I think it's because it's from a different culture. I feel like that's maybe I'm putting words in other people's mouths or whatever. Agree. But like I must be because of they're Muslim.
That she's Pakistani and Muslim.
Yeah,
like
Pakistan. Oh yeah.
It's like
oh, actually, I hate that.
Why don't we see anything about like content called? Why don't people call content woke when it's a male lead?
Yeah, true.
Because you don't. Okay, the only one I can think of is Loki got called woke
because he's bi.
That, and I guess as well, like there's a lead character who's a female as well, like Sylvie.
Yeah.
So
and she's strong, like she's got her own sort of agenda.
What that she does things not just because of what men say. Apparently that's woke. Cancel.
Yeah, hang on. Women having independent choices. Oh, I hate that. That's stupid. Get rid of that.
There's still content out there that, like, every now and then I'll watch a movie or a show, and there's still content that I would say is sexist in how women are portrayed in film.
Yeah, definitely.
You still have hot side female characters. There's still a thing where it's like, hold on, we've got this great story and these great characters. What does it need? A hot girl to look at.
Oh yes, I was watching Transformers. Good movie. Really,
another example. The first Transformers is amazing.
Yes.
But actually, you can see it when they recast. Well, they don't recast, but the new. Is it Dark of the Moon? They get rid of Megan Fox, and then what do they do? Bring a new hot white chick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll get.
And then she's even like worse of a character in terms of how they write her and like her agency and all of that. It's almost they forgot about the fact that like Megan Fox, yes, she was in it because she was a pretty girl. I mean, look at key actors, male, female, or otherwise. They're all pretty attractive.
Yeah.
Unless it's comedy and some of these other genres where it's like,
I think
you can be a fat white dude.
I think if you're an actor, hey, Seb's an actor.
Sebastian is an actor. Confirmed.
Man. Yeah.
Check out Beat on Stan.
Yes.
Is it still there? I don't know.
It is still on there. You can actually...
I'm so sorry, Zeb. I have not watched it yet on Stan.
You can leave it running. Like,
you left it running so it got metrics?
Yeah. I did that the whole night. So...
I haven't got to watch it yet, but I will.
True.
I will.
What, you haven't... Oh, okay.
No, I saw it. I saw it. Yeah, watch it again at home.
You were there, weren't
I
you?
was there, yeah. But I haven't got to watch it again.
True.
But yeah, like, I mean, like, look at Seb. Like, Seb's a good-looking guy. There are, like... there is quite a, you know... I don't know if there's many, like, great actors that you would say are ugly.
Actually, let's try and think of an ugly actor that's done well.
Melissa McCarthy. I mean, that was the first actress or actor that came into my head. Nick Frost, who did... he's the side in Simon Pegg's Cornetto trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, you wouldn't... he looks more like an
Seth
everyday
Rogen.
man. Yeah, Seth Rogen.
But a lot of those names we were just saying are comedians. In comedy,
true.
You can be whatever you are if you're funny, you know... But then in movies, it's like there's this high standard. I've always found it funny, though, that you hear stories about actresses not being fit enough or skinny enough. And that's quite challenging because society already puts those kind of things on you. let alone in a professional industry where it's like,
yeah.
But guys, you can look at some of the, look, I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everyone knows I'm obsessed. There are some male actors in that universe, past and present, who have not been in great shape to shoot the movies and have just worn muscle suits and whatever and got away with it.
Wait, who?
Like, there's some guys that when you've seen them shooting, it's like, oh, they're not exactly...
Well, I know the boys.
Who's not fit on the boys? I'd say Anthony Starr Homelander's not actually that ripped.
Yeah, he's actually not that. He wears a muscle suit. He's...
But that work, you know, he's not, you know, but I guess it's just that it's a double standard. You don't have to be like the perfect Thor specimen to be a superhero.
Yeah, this reminds me of the Batman, the most recent Batman, when they released photos of, I forgot the actor's name.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Robert Pattinson, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Robert
Pattinson. Not Patterson. Pattinson, yeah.
Pattinson. What a cool last name.
Yeah, but then when you see the full movie, he's pretty ripped. But like, we had the same thing with Wakanda Forever. The
he's
teaser
realistically
trailer.
ripped, I think. Like, compared to like...
Stephen Char in the chat. What's going on, Stephen? We love you.
Stephen, bro. How are ya?
Yeah, he's in good shape, but he's not...
He's not Marvel. He's not steroid abuse. Marvel, like...
Yeah, but he's not...
Thor.
I'm just trying to think. The Rock. He's not The Rock.
Not The Rock. Or...
He's not Dave Bautista or, you know, any other former wrestler who's said John Cena. Not everyone can be that perfect thing. I just think it's funny that there's a double standard with fame. We've just seen what you're saying about mocking the physique. We've just seen this with Wakanda Forever when the teaser trailer dropped and there's a shot of Namor from behind coming out of the water. People were making fun of the actor on Twitter for like, that's not MCU standard. Like, he's a bit flabby and he's a bit...
Yeah,
and there was a bit of body shaming about Tinoch Huerta, I believe is his name.
Yeah, yeah.
And now in this new trailer, you can see he's quite skinny, and we love you too, Stephen. I love you.
I love you too, Stephen.
He's fitter, and you can see in the new trailer he's quite skinny and whatever. But it's just funny that people like a comic writer I saw put a picture of his back on Twitter and said, "I have a better back than the actor playing Namor," and it's like,
oh, what?
It's not about like, yeah. Anyway.
I think we've been oversaturated.
Yeah.
The entire population has been oversaturated with steroid abuse, freaking hunks, and I'm not sure if the female superheroes have done steroids or not. Definitely, the men have. It is 100%.
And any females who have had the like MMA or WWE background, like Ronda Rousey, I'm sure at some point.
Definitely.
You know, people who are more bodybuilders before actors, you know, those kind of people. We know who they are.
Yeah.
It's just funny there's this like physique difference that it's like, girls in the big movies, you have to have like this thin waist. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, but like this guy over here, you know, like as much as I loved Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Iron Man. He was in his 50s kind of dude towards the end. He can't be like this perfect specimen or you know, and even something that's gonna I'm sure Chris Hemsworth is gonna battle is he's starting to enter his 30s now. I'm pretty sure. Is he in his 30s? Is he hitting 40? 40s. He's hitting 40 or he's in his 40s?
He's in his 40s now. I swear.
I think because he's early 40s. Oh, he's 39. So he's about to hit his 40.
Yeah.
He's going to start to struggle with keeping his physique or getting back to the same standards for the character and whatever.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of got to a point, though, with a character like him. Do we need to see Thor's perfect physique anymore? Like, we've seen him develop into that. You could now put a muscle suit on in him. And we want to see these new costumes. Go back to Infinity War costume where he was full... You didn't see his body. You know, it's one of those funny things where it's like the new character needs to be whatever. Mm-hmm. I love that, like, Bless... I can't think of her name. I'm trying really hard. The actress who plays Kamala Khan. I'm trying really hard. But I feel...
I know she's Canadian. That's all I know.
Iman Vellani.
Yeah, Iman Vellani.
I'm not... I'm not making at all making fun of her her physique or her... Wow, that's gone up.
This
Rotten Tomatoes has gone up.
Wow.
Because that used to be very bad.
What, for Ms. Marvel?
Yeah, because they were review bombing it. I wonder if they've got rid of the review bombs. They went through and saw who was bots and who was...
Oh, wow.
Because I'm pretty sure that had a 50%.
Okay, let's see. Read out this one.
All right, so this is... just before I'll finish my thought, I'm not making fun of Iman and her physique and whatever, but they kept... I really appreciated that they kept Miss Marvel not a six-pack muscle tone. Like, it was about a normal kid, like, going on a story. The same as I appreciated with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies, and Tom Holland's to an extent, but he's a bit of a perfect specimen, so it's a different... That they kind of kept Tobey a bit... Like, Tobey was fit, but he wasn't 8 biceps, and, he was... He was a normal guy who became super. You know,
like we do have that scene of like, well, I've got a 6-pack now, but it's like, it's not like ripped.
Today. If Spider-Man today, or like I think about like, well, I guess the Batman was a different because he wasn't that. But I'm just thinking the next person who plays Superman or the next, are we just gonna keep going until it's like they're working out 10 hours a day to get the physique to like, I don't know, man. But so we've got a review here of Miss Marvel. Dion H, half a star, so that's half a star out of 5, so 1 out of 10. Worst Marvel series ever. This is a review for season 1 of Miss Marvel. Cannot believe this has such a high rating compared to She-Hulk. It took so much time explaining the main character's backstory that it took away from the important steps of building the main character and making... Oh my gosh, it's like 2 paragraphs. The main character talking, didn't you... At least there was a review somewhat about like story and stuff, but boring. It's not the same as the comics. It's so boring that it opened. Dull. If I wanted to watch a movie about culture, I would be very disappointed. As the main focus of this was culture. Wait. If I wanted to watch a movie about culture, I'd be very disappointed. As the main focus in the series was culture. Wait, what?
What? No, hang on.
Anyway.
Just so you know. If I do watch a movie that has culture, I am...
I'm out. I'm out of here. I'm bored. I'm over this. Remember Daredevil, The Punisher, Jessica Jones? As a Marvel fan, could you honestly watch Miss Marvel and say the franchise is improving? What franchise? As in Marvel. These other things aren't Marvel. They're Netflix Marvel. Shut up. Terrible show. More of Marvel pushing their grooming.
Terrible.
And this is this... unoriginal screenplay. Okay, I can't even read this anymore. But it's the same. It's the same with. I saw a thing the other day. I remember seeing the other day something about the average reviews of female-led Marvel projects versus men, and there was a clear like imbalance where it was like the female stuff was like 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10.
Like the ratings and everything.
And the male-led shows were like... And then the team-up ones are obviously doing very good because Marvel does team-ups very well.
A devil's advocate. Is that because the movies or TV shows are just bad?
Agreed.
Or is it...
Like Captain Marvel. I think you can review bomb that and be an okay person. I don't think that's a terrible, like... I think Miss Marvel... No, sorry, not review bomb, but leave a bad rating.
Kill us. Oh.
No. Like, Captain Marvel just wasn't a very good movie. I don't like her character very much either, but I think she's been a great, important part of the team-up movies. And it's the same as, like, I'll be very blunt. I do not like the Iron Man movies. Ooh. I think they're okay. They're fine. I think Iron Man shines in all of the team-up movies.
True. That's what you like to see.
Yeah. Well, I just think I think they got better at writing Iron Man the more they went along. It's the same as Thor. Like when you watch the first Thor, it's like it's good, but it's like it's a bit cringe at times.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
But it's moving forward. It's unacceptable how the internet has been treating Brie Larson, who plays Captain America. Captain Marvel.
Captain America. Yeah.
She's been like review bombed and hate tweets and stuff to the point where she's like, I might not even like play the character anymore. She got asked about, are you excited to do something else after the Marvels next year? And she said, well, do people want me to come back? And it's like one of those things where it's
so
like
she feels pretty excluded and not really.
Let's be honest. As great as the MCU is, it's quite before this phase, quite a boys' crew.
Yeah.
There's some strong female characters. Black Widow was a good character, but started as a hot side character.
Yeah.
We're back to this. We're back to this writing conundrum.
That was what 2008, 2009.
Yeah, because I think by memory she appears first in Iron Man 2.
Yes.
I want to say.
Iron Man 2, I reckon.
And again, and then again, you go it again. Wanda first appearing in Age of Ultron with the low cut costume and the like.
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, when I was 14, we were both 14, 15. I was like,
women. But it's just so funny that like back then, some of the key Marvel characters had, like Captain America had like a fitted suit, but like could be anything under it. Iron Man could have been anything under it. Thor could have been anything under it. We need to see your chest, Lizzie. Like
it's really
and Black Widow with the tight leather and the like.
And they have a lot of shots where it's just like literally just her ass, just that's the whole frame, and it's just.
I have really appreciated that about She-Hulk kind of making jokes about without spoiling She-Hulk, there's a bit of costume discussion in one of the episodes and what her costume should be, and there's that kind of funny idea of why does it need to be this kind of like but yeah, there's a very I don't know, like a clear distinction, but it as we've probably been hinting at, it kind of reflects society more generally. And I guess it is a bit of a studios trying to market something. They're trying to market, without going too much into it. I mean, Game of Thrones with the raunchy kind of naughty elements of that show, they're marketing that. There are clear things where content has to have some kind of like, this. If they just did a movie where it was like.
Just sex.
For why not? Like there are movies like that, literal actual movies that are just about sex, not have sex. Like the John Cena one about.
Is it John Cena one?
Yeah, the one. No, you know the one I'm talking about. The comedy about him and sex. I can't even think what that movie's called. It's got the female comedian as the. Anyway, but like. If it was like four white dudes swing swords at each other for 90 minutes,
true,
it's like
true. Then it'd be like, that's cool.
A couple guys who were like, yeah, good use of form with the swing, and like, there's those guys that'll be happy, or like, but like it's clear. I mean, we even have to we have to cut back to our love of like the Lord of the Rings universe. Why was the female characters in those movies do not have a lot to do. They do, but they don't. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Evangeline Lilly had a little bit to do, but I saw the other day
the supporting cast
that she is CGI'd out of the battle at Helm's Deep. She follows Aragorn right up the ramp in that massive one shot when they're moving all the way. You can see her shadows because they had to leave the I saw a shot, and I will show you it after we do this podcast.
She was there for the whole battle
and fights in it, and was
Why did they cut that?
I'm not sure, but it's it's one of those things where you're like you got a female characters in and like Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favorite series. They didn't give Keira Knightley a lot to do in those movies. She had a little bit and it was one of those movies of like, let's give women a bit more agency. She got to stand on her own 2 feet and like think for herself and fight.
And she does that like fake ghost thing on the ship. Do you remember? And all the men are like, oh, what?
And she swings a sword around and she gets to like negotiate for the crew. And like as the movies went on, she got more of that. But it'd be funny to go back and watch an 80s movie.
An 80s movie.
See what the scripting's like for.
I wonder, maybe look up the most sexist movie. I'd love to watch it.
I'm not Googling that. Watch list. No. It's funny going back. Matt and I, the other day, he'd never seen Predator. So we watched Predator for the first time. There's no females in that. Oh, no, there's one female in that movie and she has like no role. But it's funny going back and... no, she makes it.
Does she? Oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Although Alien...
Alien was a different...
That was ahead of its time, I reckon.
Way ahead of its time. Don't spoil it for Matt, because Matt has not seen it yet, and we booked it. We're like, we're going to watch Alien.
Nice.
Alien is a perfect example of giving a strong female actress room to do their thing, and like actually going, oh, they can handle. Like she was
range.
way ahead of her time for like action and like just the deep character and all of that. But yeah, there's still like a... Okay, here's one that's really interesting. I've talked to Dad about this because we always go... It's one of the things that we every now and then, Dad, I just think of and say again, like every month or so.
Yeah.
What happened to Jennifer Lawrence?
What happened to her? She was in Bruce Almighty.
Was she?
Yeah, she actually was. She was the wife of Jim Carrey.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What happened to her though? Like recently?
Yeah, she was in Horrible Bosses or whatever it's called. Horrible Bosses, right?
I haven't seen that. I'm not
1
sure.
and 2.
Was that after Hunger Games? Yes.
Oh no, not
Who are you thinking of? Oh my gosh.
Jennifer Aniston.
Well, they're both Jennifers, so I was so confused when you said Bruce Almighty because I was like,
She would have been.
I don't remember who
16.
the wife is in that, but I was like, that was a long time ago. You had me on Horrible Bosses because I was like, I haven't seen that. So you're telling the story.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. She actually did have an interview where she was like, there was a reason why she said that, because she was to that particular female actresses. I don't know why I said female actresses.
I said that before too and felt really dumb. I was like, that's a double. Anyway.
Yeah, she said that they will... It's like they can only have one. It's like the Marilyn Monroe effect sort of thing, where it's like you can only have one major girl in each movie.
Yep.
And
they have a shorter window than male actors as well, because they have the... I feel like women, once they hit 35-ish, maybe pushing 40, you don't get work again until you're an old lady for those kind of roles. But whereas a guy can go right through. He can be the middle-aged guy. He can, how many middle-aged females do you see playing the John Wick? Like Keanu. There's no female Keanu. I don't know, he's a special case, but where's Jennifer Lawrence? What's happened to Shailene Woodley?
She was in Blonde.
Yes.
But that was like a couple of years ago.
And a couple of years ago, she did that Red Sparrow, that one about her being an assassin.
I thought they were the same movie in a way. I haven't
seen Blonde. I've only seen Red Sparrow, but it looked like that was the same.
So
that was the same movie.
Why would they even have? Yeah,
but Shailene Woodley, the chick from Divergent, that series. What's happened to her?
Marilyn Monroe effect. They were like, yes, you. And
biggest one. One of my favourite actresses. What happened to Chloe Grace Moretz, who you might not even know who that is?
No.
She was kick-ass. She was the little girl in those movies.
Yes, yeah.
But then she grew up and she did some others. She completely passed my mind. Which
also in 500 Days of Summer. That's an indie movie. You wouldn't.
Oh no, I have heard of that. And then what was the one she was in? I think once she hit 18, it was like, well, there's other actresses.
Let's look her up. Let's see if she's. I reckon they will hit it big, and then once the spotlight's off, they'll focus on movies they actually want to do. That's my theory.
But it's also like, what happens to... It doesn't seem to happen to guys. Guys who fall out of favour just make more low-budget movies.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Willis before his career ended. He was releasing like 4 movies a year.
Yeah. 4 movies a year.
And Statham. He seems to be filming something and then he's instantly on. Let's go to IMDb. Jennifer Lawrence is such an odd one for me, because I'm like, she did Hunger Games, she did Silver Linings Playbook. She was the thing,
and she was good.
She was good, very good. And then there's that.
Rest in peace. Oh,
she's making stuff. Oh, she was in Mother. Okay, Mother Android. A couple voicing ones.
Oh, she was.
But then keep looking. Voice. Has she moved to voice work?
Wow.
I don't reckon... Bad Neighbours 2, but 2016. I remember the Fifth Wave. That's the last big movie she did. That was the one about the super
aliens?
seasons.
Oh.
Yeah, like the aliens causing like the massive seasons on Earth. There were floods, and there were like yeah.
And it was a book. It was a book originally.
Yes, and they were gonna make. There was like a sixth wave, and there was more books to make things of. They just never did. She played Carrie in Carrie. I never saw that, but like she was big. And then Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes, Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh my god! Wait. Oh, celebrity watch list. I was gonna say her watch list had 7 on it, and I was like, surely she wasn't in 7. Was she born? Jennifer Lawrence. I'm trying to think of other big female actresses who have like. We were doing this the other day. My family and I were like, we were watching She-Hulk, and they had watched Tatiana Maslany in Orphan Black, which I hadn't watched. But apparently she was fantastic in that. Wasn't involved in anything massive until She-Hulk. Yeah. And that was a couple of years ago she dropped that. And it's what happens for some of these like talents? And it doesn't seem to happen to guys. It's the weird thing. Guys seem to just fall on their feet in the industry. Like there's a biased... Oh my goodness.
Dark Phoenix.
She was in X-Men, which by the way, she's awful in those movies. Yeah. Like terrible. Jennifer Lawrence in the X-Men movies. I'm sorry. She doesn't... I don't know if it was just like they didn't understand Mystique, but Mystique in the original X-Men was a cool character.
Yeah. I did appreciate her in First Class. I guess seeing her grow up into that. I thought that was cool. And I always will remember the First Class scene where it's like, the real Raven. And it's...
yeah, just because it's the meme. Do you know what's funny? For the longest time, I only watched some of the key X-Men movies for Multiverse of Madness. Just because I knew Xavier was going to be in it. And that was the scene that I was like, I never knew what the meme was from. And then I saw the scene and I was like, I was the Leo meme. I was the Leo pointing at the TV meme. Dark Phoenix in 2019. Don't Look Up, which was that like meteor coming. I didn't watch it.
Ooh. I think the next Marilyn Monroe effect that's happening is
Anya Taylor
Joy.
She's moved. I just saw she's voicing Princess Peach in the Mario movie.
Is she?
Yeah, which I saw the trailer for the other day. Freaking looks good.
I haven't actually.
Literally
seen it
looks like a video game.
Cool.
Chris Pratt is Mario.
Oh. Yeah.
Jack Black is Bowser. Charlie Day is Luigi. Like there's some, and Anya Taylor Johnson is.
I can see this.
Anya Taylor Johnson is Peach. There's a couple other guys I'm forgetting. Seth Rogen plays someone.
Of course.
I mean,
just has to be in it.
Sorry, hold on. She's Anya Taylor. That's not her name. Because I'm thinking of. I'll just look up Queen's Gambit.
I thought it was Anya, right?
Anya Taylor Joy, not Johnson.
Yeah. Oh,
I have Aaron Taylor Johnson in my head. I don't know why. Oh, because I watched Bullet Train the other day with Brad Pitt.
How was it?
That's good. I thought that was going to be terrible.
Yeah, really?
Because I was just like, it's washed up Brad Pitt. What's he going to produce? He's great in it. But the movie's way better than he is great in it somehow. Cool. Like, it's a good movie. It's got Aaron Taylor Johnson in it, which is why I was thinking of him. And that's the best role I've seen him play. Aaron Taylor Johnson, he's an assassin in it. I don't know what his job title is. He's great.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And another Marvel one, Fastos from the Eternals, the African-American guy who does the tools. He builds all the things for the Eternals. Anyway, he's
I think I remember him.
The partner to Aaron Taylor Johnson, and their dynamic is amazing. Great. Anya Taylor Joy.
Okay,
you reckon she's the next one, the next female actress to suffer the...
I reckon she's really in the midst of things. See, look, post-production.
Oh, she was in Amsterdam. Wasn't that big?
Yeah, that was big.
Or is that just come... Is Amsterdam the one with...
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see this!
It actually looks good.
Anyway.
Christian Bale. I really like Christian Bale.
I didn't pursue Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
I started the first season. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, same. I had the same effect.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I might at some point. I need to get back into it.
Did you watch The Northman?
I haven't seen it yet. You didn't like it, did you?
It was okay.
Yeah, okay. So it was
it was directed really. It was like awesome, but I still didn't feel like.
I heard it was a bit simple.
Yeah.
It was just a revenge story, and that was
Well,
it.
it's
Which is fine. That can be enough, but I was expecting more.
Well, it's like an adaptation from like an old Norse mythology sort of thing, and those sort of mythologies are fairly simple, like because they were passed down orally through the generations. So it's just like, and then this happened, and yeah,
Finn.
Yeah, that's right.
She was in the New Mutants, which was probably a movie she should not have put her name down.
Was she?
Yeah, she's one of the... I'm just trying to think which character she is in that. Isn't she the lead?
Oh, yeah.
Is that her? No,
No,
here,
no,
obviously
blonde.
blonde. For a second I was like, what? Yeah, so she's not the main character, because I'm pretty sure this one with the checkered shirt. I haven't watched the New Mutants. I heard it was terrible, and it has nothing to do with the X-Men franchise, which is funny.
Why would they not?
Why would that exactly? But Ryan, the other day I booked our tickets for Wakanda Forever.
Forever, yes.
Wakanda Forever.
You know,
That was great in the trailer.
I think I'm actually in a good position to watch it because I don't fully care about the movie.
What? Sorry?
like I'm kind of half being serious. Like I kind of like I don't.
As in you don't have any expectations or like
Yeah,
you're
I'm
just
just-
ready to experience
I'm
it.
just like yeah.
I'm the same
whatever.
for Avatar 2 as well. But yeah, Wakanda Forever, I'm definitely emotionally ready. I didn't think I was that. I remember when Chadwick passed
Yeah.
that I was like, oh, that's really sad.
Yeah.
A key, and a great actor and whatever. I didn't have that much connection to the Black Panther movie, but again, a Black Panther movie that I didn't love, but loved T'Challa's character in that and
Yeah.
in the team-up movies.
Civil War was great. I thought that was
Yeah.
awesome.
And Infinity War, and then into Endgame. Like, wow. But then the teaser trailer came out at San Diego Comic-Con, and I was distraught during that trailer. Like, I was like, that hit me like
Really?
absolutely. And it was just one of those ones where I was like, I think it's because you sometimes you are more emotionally involved than you think you are.
True.
And sometimes it's more than just like a character. Like Chadwick as T'Challa is like he's a role model, he's an image. Like he's more than just I'm an actor who plays a character.
I couldn't. When I found out that he was acting with cancer, and he would
Team player. And not telling anyone.
Yeah, he would finish a shoot and go to the hospital, and that's just how he was, and he would just kind of like, oh yeah, and just kind of doing his thing. I like you, and you'd never know, sort of thing. Yeah,
That's so much strength, and I think he knew as well how important T'Challa was and is for. I like, as to white guys, we've always been able to look to the big screen and see heroes that look like us.
yeah. I'd be
From
like, yeah.
Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
all of the characters look like us. That's another thing that's like Black Panther, regardless of like me, if you'd love it, like a bit, it was pretty good, but not amazing. Regardless of how you see the Black Panther movie, cultural phenomenon, completely like leaning into showcasing culture, and I think that's why Wakanda Forever is going to be so good. It looks like from the trailers they've really leaned into African cultures with Wakanda again, and gone really hard in let's pick things from real culture and mix it in.
Yeah.
Looks like they've gone really hard on the Atlanteans as well, which apparently it's not Atlantis anymore.
Gotcha. Right.
They've changed it to I think it's called Talocan. It's like a Mayan afterlife. So they've changed it with a real thing and made it a.
I really like it because it's kind of like they're looking back into like the myths and the sort of mythologies of different things and making. It's kind of like, you remember how we used to play Smite?
Yes, and that was awesome because of the like I'm playing as Thor or Loki or you played a lot of Ares.
Oh,
yeah,
I loved Ares.
you were always like chain, chain,
Dude.
ultimate.
Yes. Oh man, that was the best.
You'd do your ultimate, and I'd do my Ares ultimate in Smite was like chains all around. You chained people in and damage. I would ult as Thor up into the air and then land as you pinned them, and so it was a double. Or as Poseidon, I'd release the Kraken under you. You're like,
the joke meme that would surge through.
by the way, the Smite servers are still alive, so maybe we should go back sometime and have a session and be like, oh my gosh, I remember this.
Dude, the nostalgia.
In casual.
We're not
In casual.
doing stuff like that.
But yeah, like, and we've seen, like, Marvel got pretty into mythology pretty early with, like, Thor. Like, they lent into the Norse stuff pretty hard, which wasn't as... Like, the comics, from my understanding, some of the comic lines were, like, just kind of adapting the Norse a bit and then, you know, doing your own thing, whereas they kind of lent quite hard into some of that. And then, look at us now. Wakanda Forever really leaning into it, into culture. Moon Knight really lent into Egyptian culture and Egyptian mythology.
Yes, yeah.
I'd love to see some more of that. If there's any other characters that they can quite, pull out but it's, I love that when they base it so much on. I think we're going to get a real kick out of it. By the way, I don't know if you've seen that apparently the leaked time for Black Panther Wakanda Forever is 2 hours 40.
Far out.
One of the cinema chains apparently put that up on their site and quickly took it down. But we'll see. Don't buy into too much of that. I'm not too really bothered by how long it's going to be unless it's under 2 hours. And then I think that's not enough time. Because we need to say goodbye to T'Challa on screen. Mm-hmm. And I think that could be literally 20 minutes of this movie. Funeral and cry and a lot of, like, I think that'll happen a lot. And then where do we go from there? And then its own plot. It looks like the movie's picked up and gone, T'Challa is so important to us and we're going to let you guys say goodbye to him on screen. You're going to come to the audience. It's going to be emotional. But then we're going to tell a new story with the characters that, you know, Wakanda's bigger than T'Challa. He's not there's more to it than that.
I'm sure there'll actually be a lot of people in the cinema that are like, including you, and maybe even me. Like, this is what I'm meaning.
You don't know what you're going to be like in the cinema. Like,
I'm trying to think of the last movie that I cried in, when I was like surprised that I cried. Actually,
I didn't cry in Spider-Man No Way Home. I was holding it back so hard. And I think I was just so wrapped up in not wanting to be emotional that I just kind of stored it. Yeah. And then I remember watching No Way Home at home and I was emotional. And I was like, I was just like, okay. But every now and then, like, a movie kind of... I was pretty emotional with Endgame. I don't know if I cried in the cinema. I'm not someone who necessarily like, I get very down and immediately, like, zapped of energy when I'm sad. And then if it gets to the point of crying, it happens. But, like, I don't know. What the last... I also feel way more comfortable crying at home, and it's much easier. It's so much easier. Like, it switches on and it's happening. But yeah, it's going to be an emotional one, and I think one that definitely going to need to, like, debrief briefly after and just kind of like. I think they'll pace it quite well. I'm hoping that there'll be sad, and then it'll be slow for a bit after it, and then we're going to get on to, you know, and not just jump and.
Because it's like they can't get out of this cycle of having an end credit scene.
There'll be at least, I reckon there'll be two.
Yeah. What do you? This is
okay. So now we're talking about we're gonna love the movie and we're gonna whatever the movie is. We're now talking about the little cheese on top of a post credit scene. The movie will be great. Post credit scene. I'm not gonna get too hopeful. I know there's a lot of talk. Doctor Doom could appear in one of those post-credit scenes. I'm not going to be disappointed either way. I would be so pumped if it happened. I'm wondering, though, if there will be no post-credit scene in this movie for the respect of the movie. And like Endgame didn't have a post-credit scene. Because we went through so much. But it depends how they all end it. Maybe it'll be... We're not going to just be sad and moving on. We're going to have... What if one thing about the post credit, I know we're pissing into the wind, but I really hope Namor doesn't die in this movie. I'll be quite disappointed if Namor dies in this movie. Because I mean, he's already a hero in the comics, so I kind of want this to be like war between the nations, and then there's a more powerful villain inside his group or whatever. And that there's some kind of, we get to keep Namor. Again, for culture, Namor's such, like, he's the first... I'm pretty sure he's the first Latin American actor in the MCU. I could be wrong about that, but no, because there was someone in Falcon, wasn't there? There's a Spanish actor in Falcon, but it's still very important.
But a hero.
Yeah. And like someone, I don't know, he's a mutant. So it's like, you can't introduce as a mutant and then kill off a mutant.
Yeah. And like the writer's just being like, phew, we don't have to
form the X-Men for 10 years.
Oh man. So we have to watch the X-Men. Oh.
What about a post-credit scene in which Namor is approached by Professor Xavier, or a bit of someone just coming to check out, and hey, are you a mutant? Like there's more of us out there.
Yeah.
A voice off screen.
I want to see Michael Fassbender back.
I feel like if they were going to do that stuff, they would have done it for Multiverse of Madness. But I know, but I feel like maybe Secret Wars, like with all the, if there's lots of multiversal variants. Okay, let's go characters from previous Marvel things, not being MCU, that we'd like to see. I agree. I think Fassbender, I don't want to see a lot of, like, it'd be nice to see him back and him do something. Mm-hmm. From that era, I don't really want to see James McAvoy, Professor X again. Yeah. I didn't mind him, but like I think there's a lot of feeling with Fassbender's Magneto, and I think they did all that well. Mm-hmm. I want to see Beast from that franchise again.
That'd be cool.
He's a great actor. I think he did a great job. Mm-hmm. He was one of the shining lights of that like reboot prequel.
Yeah.
Okay, I would love, and I know no one else agrees with me, I would love to see the guy who played...
nice, dude.
No, different franchise. Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four, the 2000s one. I want to see him back. I don't think he will either. He's so old, but I think
sorry to break
again.
But we won't.
Nick Cage Ghost Rider.
That would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Admit that would be cool.
Ryan, did you see that? You sent that to me, right? Ryan Reynolds.
Bring him back.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Oh no, not Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Gosling. Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah, that he said he would do it or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't really see him as a Ghost Rider. I think we need to get him in the MCU somehow. He's a good actor.
I think he would so fit it.
What about Norman Reedus? He'd be like... I know Norman's getting a bit older. So's Gosling though. But like Norman Reedus is Ghost Rider. Like
yeah.
Like he could just literally pull on the mantle now and no one would be like... I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, he'd be a great one to come back.
What about Saul Goodman?
Saul Goodman. Yeah, he could come back. He could make it. No.
The MCU. Walter.
I want to see John Bernthal Punisher back.
Yes.
Either permanently or part time. I'm okay with either.
Dude, I loved his like
he just like embodied the violence that I associate with Punisher.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought he was like a bit taller, but
no, it's pretty sure. But he's just angry and
he's got short man syndrome.
Okay, without spoilers for me, who hasn't seen Daredevil and some of the other Netflix shows, who from that universe would you like to see come back in Daredevil Born Again?
Well,
which characters?
Daredevil, but
well, he's confirmed. Him and Fisk are the only ones coming back at this stage confirmed. I know there's a lot of hype online for Foggy Nelson to come back.
Yes,
how do you feel about that?
I half agree. It took me a little bit for me. I know a lot of people, when they first started watching the show, they're like, yeah, Foggy's the freaking best. But for me, like, it took me a little while. Yeah. It took me about a season for me to get really...
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, and to go like, okay.
That was me with Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones. Did not like Jaime. And then suddenly was like, oh, Jaime's kind of a dude.
Yeah. Kind of a dude.
Like, he cares about people, but he cares too much about the wrong people. Like, he was a character that I was immediately like, oh, my gosh.
He's like conflicted internally. Yeah.
What about the girl from the
Jessica
Daredevil?
Jones?
No, not her. Well, I mean, she would be great.
Yeah.
But the female character from Daredevil, the one
the blonde one.
Yeah, I can't think of her name. I didn't watch the show, so I don't know how I would know the name.
Like 3 times. How do I...
You know who I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
I think is she also a lawyer and she's his friend or something?
No, she's just the secretary.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I know there's a bit of... I think she tweeted she hasn't heard anything about whether she's coming back or not. Which, by the way, everyone would say if they're in it or not.
Yeah,
they're not going to come out and be like, yo, I'm coming back, boys. Marvel hasn't like.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna do it now. Lol.
What about Luke Cage?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I like the
maybe.
actor.
Yeah.
I didn't see the show, so it's not. What about
He had some cool scenes.
what about Iron Fist? I don't think anyone on the internet is like vehemently into
that's
it.
the
But
immediate reaction, even if you just think of Iron Fist, like
no
not
one's
introduced-
excited about
It's
that.
just like a
Ah!
oh, like that's cool.
That's where like what was the Marvel thing that got announced? I was like, ah. Oh, the Marvels at first when he had that announced, I was like,
Oh.
ah. And then I watched Miss Marvel and I was like, oh, no, I'm ready to see her with other characters and Monica Rambeau from WandaVision's great. I love her. So I was like, okay, no, even if I don't love Captain Marvel, this movie's going to be pretty cool.
Yes.
And apparently the footage they showed at Comic-Con was sick.
Yeah.
It's obviously not online because it's like media only, but apparently it's sick. Oh, I'm so keen for Loki Season 2. Did you see who got cast in Loki Season 2?
No, who?
I am so bad with names, but Short Round, the guy from... he played Short Round in Indiana Jones. He was the dad in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
Loki Season 2. He's joining the cast. So apparently I saw something about he's playing some kind of like a librarian character at the TVA. Like
Dude, I can see that. Was it The Matrix? Look up The Matrix. I don't think it's the same actor.
I don't think it's the same actor.
I might be just being racist here.
As in the first Matrix, like the Matrix.
Yeah, I think so. Oh no, the second one.
The girl. Oh, the second Matrix. I was like, the second one on my screen. I was like, that's Trinity. I don't know who you're talking about here, Ryan. Agent Smith, Hugo Weaving. It was there all along. Have you been watching Rings of Power?
Yes, I have.
I have not. Is it good?
No.
Pause. Don't pause.
I'm pausing because there's the internet, Reddit, and so many places are just being like, "This is shit."
I heard people are hating on it.
And
do you think that's because they've recast characters to be younger selves, and therefore they're like, why didn't you CGI Hugo Weaving into the like? Is there a bit of like, oh, this is fresh and new, and it's not the same? Or?
I'm enjoying the ride. Like,
okay. It's not all out, right?
It's not all out.
Okay.
They released the 7th episode today.
How many is there?
And there's 10? One more.
Oh, 8.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a season 2? No.
I think so. Yeah, there will be.
Yeah, okay.
But I have been watching House of the Dragon. Have you been watching it?
Yeah, I've seen the first 2, I want to say. The stuff I've been watching with the family. We've got a couple shows on, so it's we'll get to it.
It's really good.
Yeah, I really like the first 2 episodes, and I loved my Morbin friend.
Jared Leto?
No, the guy, not Jared Leto. You know who I'm talking about, Matt Smith. So when we started watching, I was like, it's Morbin time. Yeah, I'm Daemon Targaryen.
Dude, I love his character. He's like...
Apparently, episode 3 was really good for him. I haven't seen that episode yet, but I heard that was a really good episode. Yeah, I'm more excited about if the news is true that they're doing a Jon Snow sequel show.
Are they?
Yeah, there's talk that's in the works already. I think that'd be pretty cool because I didn't feel very satisfied with Jon's ending.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna have to. If I was the writer, for some reason I have this urge to be like, okay, we're gonna bring back the Nightwalkers. And
redo Game of Thrones season 9.
Yeah,
we resurrect all the actors and characters.
Yeah. Like I have this urge. If I was in that writer's room, I'm not a writer. I don't even know why I'm saying this, but like,
no, I'd be tempted to.
Yeah, I'd be so tempted to be like, hang on, we didn't defeat all of them, or something. That'd be
the Night King. One of them was remained and cast a spell to bring back the Night King.
That was only one of 6
Night Kings.
Yeah.
Wow, that's dangerous. And they only sent one for some reason. And if they do a sequel Jon Snow show, they have to bring back the wildling guy. The redhead guy. He's he plays the Viking kind of character. He's a fantastic actor. He's a from Norway, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's one of the Nordic countries. Yeah.
And who else would they have to bring back? That's probably it. It was such a shame they killed off spoilers. Wow. Okay, now hold on. I'm not going to keep doing that. You know who I'm talking about, though. A wildling that they killed off pretty early.
Oh yeah.
That I was like, wow, I would have had her longer and on this show. But anyway,
it's all interesting. It really like, and it made John's character arc to be like far out. Like, there's so much.
The loss and drive. Yeah, I get it. But I also feel like they kind of just killed a female to motivate a man. Isn't that's one of the worst sins for me when you're watching something and you're like, they just killed a female character just to motivate a male character.
Hold on a second.
Why is it never the other way around? But yeah, it's and then the other one that I'm interested to see that's in production is Squid Game Season 2.
I haven't seen the first season.
You need to watch the first season.
Is it good?
It's really a great show. And do not, whatever you do, watch it dubbed. Watch it subbed. Yeah, I know that I am not a great symbol of that lesson because I like dubbed anime.
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
But I started watching it dubbed, and the first 3 minutes I had to switch it to subbed. The voice acting was so bad. It was not. And as well, it was just like people without accents. Like it's a Korean-based show. I was like, I need. Watching it sub's amazing. You get the performance of some of the Korean actors.
Actually, let's go through some recommended shows that we were recommending.
What they're watching right now, or just in general? Just Breaking Bad.
I'm watching it right now.
What season?
I'm literally the first season.
Yeah, such a good show.
It's weirdly funny in some parts.
Yeah, no. It's supposed to be there's a bit of comedy in that show, but like it then immediately brings you back to like, oh wow, there's so much sadness in that show.
Yeah, it's full on.
That first episode is so good. Yeah. Starting at the end and then working your way back.
It's really good storytelling. I'm loving it.
Just wait. When it hits like later seasons, there's even more.
He goes bald. that's what's been going through my mind.
You're like, I've seen pictures of him bald.
Yeah, and he looks real like. Ugh.
I love that show, and I got very deep into Better Call Saul, the prequel, which I loved as well. In fact, sometimes loved more than Breaking Bad, just because they took a pretty two-dimensional character on Breaking Bad that I don't even think you've met in Saul yet. Saul is a pretty two-dimensional character on that show. Then you watch his own show about his own story, and it's brilliant, and it's amazing, and it's interconnected with Breaking Bad. It's great. But yeah, keep me posted on where you get up to in that show. But
I will.
There's also just love Breaking Bad. And then there's a movie that's good as well.
Oh, is that following the
Breaking Bad?
The sidekick? I forgot his name.
Jesse. Yeah. So it's called El Camino, the movie, and you watch it after the last season of Breaking Bad. Like it's a direct sequel, and it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I needed to see. I think the ending of Breaking Bad is perfect, and they didn't need to touch it, but it was pretty good. That was pretty good to keep. Yeah.
Cool. On topic, I recommend Narcos. Season
That's
1 and 2.
The drug cartel one in
Pablo Escobar.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I have heard about that being very good.
Yeah. I've actually been watching drug things recently.
Yeah. Wow, it's a bit of a... and you've been watching Euphoria recently, haven't you?
A little bit, yeah.
My recommendation, something... if you can not take yourself very seriously and you don't mind a bit of R-rated, but brilliant storytelling, The Boys.
Yes.
I'm not up to date, so shut your mouth. But it's great. It's a great show and a very different take on superheroes to anything you'll ever see. Shows, Breaking Bad. We
can do movies as well. Have you been watching any movies? I haven't really been watching any movies.
Yeah, watch Bullet Train if you're into. It's 2 hours. It's a good movie.
Is it still in the cinemas?
I'm not sure.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. I think it. Yeah, I watched it on a streaming, so I can't think which one. It's out there somewhere. You'll find it.
Want to watch it.
You'll find it. I mean, if you somehow have got through this year without watching The Batman or Top Gun Maverick, make sure you've done that.
I liked the Batman more than Top Gun Maverick.
I agree. I think Top Gun Maverick is already in my top 3 movies of the year, but I think Batman comes first. I think it's The Batman, then it's Top Gun Maverick. What even else would I say this year? I know there's been some good content this year, but not content that's like, oh my gosh, this is the best year of cinema ever.
Yeah.
But I reckon I will probably I don't obviously haven't seen them, but I think Avatar 2 and Wakanda Forever will probably be competing on that list somewhere.
I think I'm gonna enjoy Avatar 2, even if it's not the greatest thing.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I want to see it with you.
Yes,
I need to see it with you because we have quite a running joke about this movie. I should probably see Dune Part 2 with you as well.
Yes, yeah.
When that eventually next year, isn't it? Sometime.
I think it's end of next year or the start of the year after.
Oh my gosh,
Dude, I can't believe that.
it's annoying when you get a cool announcement like that, like Deadpool 3. Oh yeah, it's 2024. Daredevil, Born Again, 2024. It's so long away.
Maybe. We might be in full-time work by that point.
When the next Avengers comes out, one of us might have a child. No. Well, that's 3 years away.
That is true. Yeah, actually,
one of us could be married. One of us could have a child. One of us could be dead.
well, actually...
Oh my god. Announcement. Both of us propose at the same time. It's the perfect marriage. And it's a four-way marriage.
4-way?
Yeah.
Oh,
because your missus is in.
Yeah.
My Mr. is in. The Rock. He joins our...
The Rock?
No, sorry, not The Rock. Black Adam joins our marriage.
Black Adam!
Coming to theaters soon in... Oh, so
not
funny.
looking forward to it.
No, neither am I. It's 21st of October. What I think's so funny is Marvel obviously is not that worried. Black Adam comes out the 21st of October. Wakanda Forever is 9th November. So it's it's within 3 weeks.
Yeah.
They obviously don't care.
Yeah,
They're like,
whatever.
people aren't going to forego seeing Wakanda Forever to see Black Adam. I'll probably see Black Adam when... I kind of want to go as soon as it comes out to meme on it and see if it's good or not.
Yeah.
It might be good, but it could be really bad. The DCEU is in such shambles.
Yeah.
We don't even know if Henry Cavill Superman's coming back.
Yeah, I don't think anybody Snyder is coming back at all.
Oh, I'd be very surprised if they didn't get Wonder Woman. I'd be very surprised. I know her last movie didn't do very well, right?
Yeah.
And everyone memes on it.
Yeah. I guess she wasn't in the Snyderverse necessarily. I mean,
No, she was, because she was in Batman Superman.
Well, that is so true.
Yeah, she's been from the beginning. Some of the other guys that were only teased in that movie, that's one of the laziest pieces of writing I've ever seen, when Bruce is on the computer and it's a clip of The Flash and I'm going to watch it on camera and then a clip of Cyborg and I was like, and then Aquaman.
Yeah, that just felt too dude, you're just adding on. It's you've got the sandwich and it's an okay sandwich.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I was enjoying it and then I was just like, oh yeah, and here's this and I also want to put in this.
No, but while it's in your mouth, they're trying to put those pieces in. Oh,
I forgot this.
And then team up movie.
Yeah.
That's literally what DC does. 1, 2, team up. 1, 2, team up.
Oh, exactly.
I'm fearing what they're going to do with Robert Pattinson's The Batman. Please don't make it.
Well, we have gotten Joker 2.
Which is, again, its own...
its own thing, yeah.
In the multiverse.
Because
I'm excited for that, because that's Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn.
Is she?
Yeah,
really?
she's playing Harley Quinn.
That's actually really good
And
casting.
that movie looks like it's going to be... I saw there's lengthy musical sequences in Joker 2, which I think makes a lot of sense.
I can picture him, it's in his mind in a way. Yeah.
They could totally do it as some of the things in that movie are just in his head while he's in the Arkham Asylum. That, and then that's actually why he falls in love with her, because of these visions he's had in his head of this, and she's just the nurse, which is the story of Joker. That's how they...
Well, she's the psychologist for him.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. And they have that weird relationship, but it would make sense if they showed it as these things he saw, about what...
Yeah. And that's kind of what the first movie did in a way. Do you remember? just spoilers at the end. Like, actually, Katie and I, we just recently watched that, and she was saying,
How
like,
did she handle the
she-
joke that the what do you
The
do?
killing joke.
Yeah, the what do you get when you pass out? What a mentally ill loner with a society that
doesn't care. Yeah.
You get what you deserve.
Yeah. She was just like this like the whole time. She was just eyes closed, hands on her face.
If you haven't seen Joker, watch Joker. Like, I know
good
that
cinema.
it's like it's a bit controversial, I guess,
Yeah.
whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
Like, I get that there's a bit of. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm still confused why they keep making spin-off movies about characters that aren't the main character in their franchise, and then don't connect them.
Yeah.
And Justice for Batgirl. I know I haven't got to say this on this podcast.
Yeah.
Justice for Batgirl.
It was. That was
Wrong.
brutal.
And it was the same two directors who directed some of the key episodes in Miss Marvel. They went from that to film Batgirl. That was their movie, their baby.
"Nah."
And I get what they're saying, that like when a movie doesn't really work in your cinematic universe, yeah, you can have some trouble and you might need to change some things or whatever. But Marvel's never just shelved a movie as far as we're concerned. Like,
Yeah.
they might release a movie people don't like. That's happened. But like,
Is that the only reason? That's why they shelved it.
no, there was something about it doesn't fit with how we want to go as a company and the content we want to produce and whatever. But
Gotcha.
it was fully shot.
It was all
Fully shot. So they were going into post-production and it was like
and they had
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser, the return of
The
the
return,
King.
and apparently he was good. From everyone who's like was involved in it, apparently he was good. And the return of Michael Keaton as Batman was in that movie. That was going to be the first time he came back as Batman and led a young Batgirl. And now his first appearance as Michael Keaton Batman is going to be in The Flash, but it was actually going to be here in this movie.
I reckon they're going to use snippets from.
Probably.
They're going to use like.
Probably.
Yeah. Lots of
I
different
wish someone
shots.
would leak Batgirl. The unfinished, un-VFX, just leak it.
Yeah.
Do
yeah.
the Ryan Reynolds leak Deadpool test footage. And
Yes. And then see what the audience reaction is.
what about a fan-made post-production of that movie? That would be dope. Just put it out just put the raw footage online, the cut,
And
the
let-
edit,
and
and
let
just let
Corridor
people.
Digital
Yep, let
do it,
Corridor
yeah.
Digital make it. That
Yes.
was hilarious when they made that trailer.
Wait, which trailer? I haven't watched
Corridor
it.
Digital, one of their new video. Well, it's not new. Probably a month ago, they made a fake Batgirl trailer.
Oh, true.
They got Jordan from The Office to play Batgirl and made a fake Batgirl trailer. It's actually pretty good.
Wait, Jordan.
Jordan Coleman. What's her last? She's the production assistant. She helps
Oh.
her and Christian work together in production. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
that's her
yeah.
role. Yeah, she's awesome and like it's pretty cool.
Wow.
Watch that if you haven't seen it. But yeah, just hashtag justice for Batgirl. Hashtag can we make the DCEU good sometime?
Yeah. Like, they've got some real gems in there. And
Snyder Justice League. Aquaman's pretty good. The first Wonder Woman's pretty good. That's probably it. Outside of that, Joker, the Batman.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad 2021.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
reboot Suicide
like
Squad.
that.
Apparently
I didn't like
Peacemaker's
it.
good. How did she not like it?
She,
Kate.
she just doesn't.
Well, she wouldn't have handled, I'm sure, the R-rated.
She doesn't like gore or blood or anything like that. In
Then
movies.
why are you
She's-
watching Suicide Squad?
Yeah, well, I was actually Steven and I. We were watching it together, and she was over, and she was just
Probably
was
not.
watching-
Just look. I'm not in a relationship at the moment, but like, just from my advice, probably not a great movie to watch with.
No, well,
the
we weren't
girlfriend.
dating then.
What? That's worse.
Yeah.
That's so much worse.
Well, she was just talking about Steven and I. Would,
Oh, so you were already like halfway through it or something?
yeah, and she just popped in. And,
Yeah.
yeah, classic.
But it's a great movie, and
Love
it
it.
is something that I hope they pull from characters from that. And like, I heard Peacemaker was good. I haven't seen it yet.
Ooh,
Apparently that was good.
Need to
They're
watch
making
that.
the second season. James Gunn's working on the second season.
Mhm.
I don't know how he's fitting
Apparently
that
it
in
was
with
hilarious.
Guardians 3. I don't know how he's fit that into his production schedule.
Yeah, what the heck?
Anyway, he's working on but yeah, there's some good DC stuff. Just like get your act. They need the Kevin Feige. They need someone
Yeah,
to come
just the
in
central
and just
figure.
No. Yes. No.
Yeah, he's
yes.
like the king of it all. Hey,
Let's put this here and this. Let's work this in here and like.
actually, okay, switching. I think for
Switching.
the last
Last
5
topic
minutes,
of our podcast today.
games that you've been playing, or games that you want to play, or I don't know, cool games.
I need to like. I haven't. Yeah. Look. Mostly just Valorant.
Yeah.
But I even haven't been playing that much Valorant at the moment. Like I was busy, and I got back on Valorant last week, which is great. I'm really keen to play Modern Warfare 2 when it drops.
Does look pretty good.
I'm gonna buy that. And I want to get some of the boys on Warzone too. It's free. You can't say no to me to get online when it's a free game. You will get online, and you will squad up, and we will win.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
okay.
also, you know what's egregious? That we have like struggled to get a group together to play Among Us at some point.
Yeah.
The funny guys that we have in a friendship group and that we have not played Among Us together, it would be ridiculous. Like it would be just hilarious. Some of the guys that we know, it would just be like it would be like, and by the way, like our Dungeons and Dragons that we should be getting back to soon.
Yeah.
It like that kind of mentality, the laughs and that. Imagine that in like a competitive, like pressure situation.
Dude, the arguments that would come up
Yeah.
and everything. Oh.
What about you? What are you playing, and what would you want to play?
I was playing World of Warcraft Classic for a little while.
I've always wanted to play that.
It was like it got. I used to play when I was 10, and so like
It's probably changed a bit since then.
yeah. Well, it goes back to it's classic. So
Oh, so it is like,
it's because they re-released
aren't
it.
they
in a
still
way.
updating? So is it like remastered the
No,
old game?
They didn't remaster it. They just kind of so they shut down those old servers and did the World of Warcraft, what we know today. But then
What's the other version called? Because there's another version on Battle.net, right? That's not the classic. There's the.
it's just World of Warcraft.
It's just called World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And that one's classic. That's the old.
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
a little bit, yeah. But yeah, I was playing that. It was fun. It was just fun leveling up and
You need games like that in your library that are just fun.
yeah, and
Like
it's just chatting with people and leveling up and running around in this huge map. Like it's a massive thing.
That should have been you and me in Elder Scrolls Online if that game wasn't poo.
Apparently, it's good now.
Yeah, apparently it is.
You don't need a subscription.
Yeah, I own it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Ah.
I played a bit and then I was
True.
like,
But besides World of Warcraft, I actually kind of went like, okay, I'm actually spending too much time and I cancel my subscription. I'll play it again later for sure. I think
I think there's pressure when you have a game with a subscription because it's like I need to get my money's worth out of this.
Yeah.
But
But
I can't wait to play the new Elder Scrolls whenever that comes out.
whatever that.
If there's multiplayer, we're playing it.
Yes. But I've been playing this game called Crusader Kings 3. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
It's a Paradox game, if you know Paradox.
Yeah.
Europa Universalis and Hearts of Iron and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So grand strategy, not 4X. Is it 4X?
Is it on Epic?
I think it's on Epic. It's also on Steam and everything.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering where I'd seen it.
Yeah. It's
So what, top-down strategy kind of game? Or?
yeah, and it's like you play as you can play as starting out as this like tiny little county in this kingdom. You can play as like this little tiny realm in the Holy Roman Empire or something, or and you can form Britannia or something, and it's fun. It's really fun. Like it's actually just I can spend so long, and you start making up. Oh, sorry, Mike. You start making up this whole story of just like, so you start off with this one dude and you have to make heirs because otherwise you die, and there's no sort of end in sight. There's no goal necessarily. It's super sandbox, and you can take it with whatever direction you want. But essentially, like mostly everyone, including me, you want to start expanding and everything. But then there's like, it's like Game of Thrones. There's like a political rivals and like political sort of
Yeah, all the storylines and
yeah, like people sleeping with each other, and you don't see that necessarily, but like
dang it.
yeah,
That was like me with I could get on like the Jurassic World sandbox games anytime. Or Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Any of those sandbox games. Building as Zoo Tycoon back in the day, I could get on at any point. Roller Coaster Tycoon, those kind of games. But There's anything like big coming up gaming? I'm not really like in the know.
I don't really know.
I don't even know what's big at the moment. I couldn't tell you what the number one like game on Twitch people are watching or like.
Probably Cyberpunk's making a comeback.
I own Cyberpunk and I played quite a bit, and then I just haven't. That's a game I want to get through at some point.
There's a new Witcher coming out. Not soon, but
yeah, and it's not Geralt based. I heard.
Really?
No, I'm pretty sure I read something about that, or that Geralt's not in it at all, or there was some like. And I'm like, okay, that's okay as long as it's a good game or whatever.
Cool.
I never played GTA 5, and I own GTA 5, and that's like that's a campaign I always wanted to play. I always wanted to play that.
Well, did you see the GTA 6 leaked footage?
Isn't it awful? Wasn't it awful?
Yeah, because they're still developing it.
Yeah. So it's like, why would you leak like so early into?
Well, maybe it wasn't purposeful.
Yeah. There's always that.
Yeah. But then, like, I love the reactions because people are like, man, this looks crap. And it's like, bro, it's like, they've only been developing it for...
Wasn't that the same with Dagger? What's the new Skyrim supposed to be called? Heart... No. Something Stone? Anyway.
I forgot.
Whatever the new Skyrim is supposed, new Elder Scrolls is supposed to be called. It's 6, isn't it? It's going to be Elder Scrolls 6, whatever the name is. When they just showed like, I remember a couple of years ago, they just showed like the mountains, and someone was like, "That looks shit." It's like it's mountains.
Shit,
what are you like?
Yeah, and it's like probably all CGI. Like
Yeah. But like, where is that game coming? Is it? It's been a while.
Oh, they're doing that space one first.
What?
Yeah, Bethesda is making a space game.
Just work on your properties that people care about first.
It's like Moonfall.
Moonfall.
It might be Moonfall. I don't
know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I made that up.
Moonfall.
Isn't that a movie? Moonfall's a movie, isn't it? Moon 7. Moon 2. We got to find a game that you and I just want to have fun and it's something we need to. I actually want to get back on Smite sometime, just for even a session, just to play. Yeah. But we need to find a game that's like we just laugh at and we can play for either 15 minutes or a couple hours, depending on whatever's happening.
Crusader Kings 3 is multiplayer.
Yeah, but I'm bad at those like top
Grand
down.
strategy.
I actually own Warhammer.
Do you? Warhammer 3?
Whatever it was a free on Epic at one point.
Oh, it's probably Warhammer 1.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 1 year play. I don't know. I'm making stuff up now. No, it's probably 1. My Epic's not even loading. We need to find a game that's like, oh yeah, this is a game we're going to play.
Yeah.
That's just chill and can play whenever. Need to find it.
Let's just do Smite.
Let's smite your mother. All right, thank you for anyone who's still listening with us.
And whoever wants to join us in Smite.
Yeah, if anyone has Smite on Steam or Epic, it's free.
Yeah.
But if anyone has Steam or Epic Smite, add us. Ryan's mobile is 0476 478 123.
You got the first number right.
Well, of course I was going to get O right. What do you mean? Thanks so much for watching. We love you lots. Watching or listening, we love you lots, and we'll chat to you soon. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye. Nice.